Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy DT3, man, and I'm back at you with another video, man. New media. Notification gang. Gold Squad. It's what it is, man. Look, check this out. Alright. So, y'all niggas dumb. All y'all niggas is dumb. Yeah. A lot of you casuals, some of you hardcore fans are just fucking idiots, bro. Yup. Straight stupid. Say all that to say this. Hating someone or giving somebody a hard time. And I'm gonna start this off right here, just so I could be very, very clear. If I see a gay dude and I start talking shit to him because he's gay, I start making fun of him in this day and age, in 2025, it's a hate crime. If a white dude hates on me because I'm black, openly, that is considered a hate crime. Regardless of what the fuck you niggas, because I know you stupid mother gonna come in the comments. Alright, no. What people do versus what shit is, hey, two different things, bro. If I hate on a white person for being white, that is considered, or can be considered, a hate crime. Okay? When people come to my fucking channel and tell me boxing has been selling racism forever, you know, the only people that I know that really say that shit is not historically educated at all, number one. Number two, the fact that you're justifying modern racism is ridiculous. You're justifying modernized racism. And to all you white motherfuckers and anybody that is of any other pale complexion that wants to come at me about Bernard Hopkins saying, I will never let a white boy beat me and blah, 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 and all that other shit just for him to later on end up working under Oscar De La Hoya, a man who he knocked out with a liver shot. You think he's racist? If Bernard Hopkins, disclaimer, if Bernard Hopkins was really a racist person, like really racist, he's not. He was like super pro-black, he would be PBC. He wouldn't be fucking with Oscar. He'd be over there with Alan Heyman and all the other niggas. If he was really like, fuck everybody. He wouldn't do no business with Top Rank nothing, ever. Bob is white. He wouldn't do shit with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn white. He never would fuck with them because he's racist. It wouldn't have just been to sell the Joe Calzaghe fight. There's a difference between being actually racist and saying some shit to sell a fight. I even said it. Teofimo and Ryan Garcia aren't racist. You could tell. They really not racist. Teofimo had a Black Lives, Google it. Teofimo had a Black Lives Matter shirt on. When all that shit was going on, Black Lives Matter, all that shit, Teofimo was right there on the front lines. With us. Black Lives Matter, all the shit. I think Ryan too. I just don't have that much film, but if you look back at it, Ryan was probably there too. Talking about Black Lives Matter and all that good shit when it was good at the time, when it was politically correct. they was doing that shit. Now, it ain't that. So, don't come at me saying shit about fucking Teofimo and Ryan. Them niggas not racist. They're not racist. They're selling racism to get you to look at them. But they're not inherently racist. No. They just are literally uneducated. Seriously, if that's your only way, T.O. and Ryan, for you to stay relevant, is that you have to talk down about a race of people, y'all not that educated. Y'all intellect is piss poor. So, to y'all that's coming forth to me saying shit like boxing has been selling racism since its inception and all that shit. First of all, this is not the 1800s. This is not that. There is not one African American fighter right now today that has been told, if you go in there and beat Vasily Lomachenko, I'm gonna kill your family. There's not one African American fighter that's being told that. And I know some dumbass is going to say somebody's rated somebody, because somebody just has to act like a woman and have to feel like they right because they can't handle being accountable and actually being fucking wrong. Period, point blank. So they're not doing that. They're not hanging us for looking at a white woman now. Black men can fuck white girls now. We can actually fuck them on TV and pornography and shit. So in them days, we got hung for that. We got lynched for not touching, not fucking, looking at a white girl. That's why they call Jack Johnson crazy as fuck. Because he didn't just look at white women in them days. He was fucking them. Walking down the street with white women. In them days. That shit worked, nigga. What? Jack Johnson was crazy. That dude was just off his rocker. They not that. In them days, you didn't get shit because you was black. Your skin color really did derail you. You didn't have a choice. You have choices now. Back then, the promoters were mainly pro-white. There were no black promoters. They're black promoters now. So, in them days, when y'all say that boxing been selling racism, no, boo-boo. You got to understand, in them days, racism was the culture of the country. Probably most parts of the world at the time. It was not something you sold in just, that was the way of life. That's a totally different thing than what we see today. You comparing what was a way of life versus somebody going out their way to bring back what was a way of life that was negative to us, to perpetuate them to sell a fight or to sell their brand. So they're using a time or using tactics of a time that was critical for your ancestors, for your great-grandparents. I keep telling y'all that we are not far removed. My grandfather is 85, still kicking. Nigga barely can walk, but he's still kicking. Guess what? You know what he can tell me? He can tell me about his granddad. Guess what? My granddad's granddad picked cotton. And the stories that he could tell me about what his granddad told him. You see where this is going. If y'all actually talk to y'all elders, you might learn something about what's really going on in this country. Instead of waiting for fucking Google and shit to show you. Why don't you ask the motherfuckers that's in your house? Why don't you call Pawpaw that you ain't talked to in years? Hey, Pawpaw, what was the civil rights movement like? What was that like? What was it really like when they killed Kennedy? What really was going on? What really happened? Fuck what they said on TV. You lived it. Y'all did that shit? Did you ask the people that was actually there? Or did you just have to Google it? Meanwhile, you got Granny right there. She was there. She was alive and kicking, young, just like you is right now in them days. And you just gonna just skip over her or him and go get on Google when you got a whole encyclopedia right there. Boxing ain't been selling racism, bro. Racism has been a part of American culture since its fucking inception, bro. And for modernized boxers to be using that tactic to sell a brand and or to sell a fight is piss poor ethics and piss poor education. Period. If an African American fighter was saying the things that Teofimo was saying and or Ryan Garcia was saying about the Latin culture, trust me and believe, it would be video galore. But because y'all like Teofimo and y'all like Ryan Garcia, y'all let them get away with it. That's why I respected that black man when he literally went up to Teo and said, "Hey man, why are you saying that type of shit? You shouldn't be saying that stuff, man. Like we want, like black people want to, like I want to support you. But not when you saying shit like that. I don't mind you wanting the Terrence Crawford fight, T.O. I don't mind you wanting that. I don't mind you wanting the Boots fight. I do not respect the way you going about doing it, cuz based on what you've done in the sport of boxing, the accolades that you have amassed up until this point, Teofimo Lopez, you do not have to do all that. Your accolades and what you have accomplished in your career thus far speaks loud enough to where you really don't have to say shit anymore. Your accomplishments is speaking pretty loud, cuz you don't gotta do much talking. Let your actions show. By your fights, you showing. But when you open your mouth, I can't support that. I can't support that. I support you when you doing your fight shit and you own your shit. I support that. But the moment you start dissing African American people, and to be fair, T.O., you know you got hella African American friends. Like, and I know some of them looked at you and was like, "Hey, bro, come on now." I'm like, dude, some shit is out of bounds. You feel me? But for y'all to keep saying like niggas been selling, bro, you cannot sell what was a part of the culture, bro. It wasn't selling racism in the 1800s and the early 1900s. They wasn't selling that shit. That's what the fuck it was. It wasn't nothing to sell. That's what it was. You get in there and beat Max Schmeling if you want to. I'm gonna kill you, nigga. I'm gonna lynch your ass right there in the parking lot, buddy. Got the KKK sitting right there, hooded the fuck up, waiting on you. Back then, the KKK was right there, in your face, in the lot, waiting on you. They can't do that shit now. Okay, let the KKK be in the parking lot. Now. They already, niggas gonna see that shit and be like, "Oh, bet. For real? Get the heat, cuz. Blood think this shit a game out here, bro. Get the heat. Fuck y'all think this is? Boy, them hoods gonna be red than a motherfucker today. Fuck around and find out." But boxing has not been selling racism, bro. I hate when y'all say that dumb fuck shit. Boxing been selling racism, man. Boxing been selling racism since the 1800s. No, nigga, that was the culture of the country. The culture of the country was built on racism, bro. It was literally built on that. So it wasn't selling. That's what it was. It was racist. The country in itself was racist. It didn't matter if you played football, basketball, baseball, or if you did boxing. If you was black, you was already, bro. You already had everything against you right there just because you was black. Like, we are just now getting called as a African American in football. We're just now getting under the stigma of the black quarterback. We are officially now being called a quarterback now. We're not a black quarterback no more. We're just a quarterback. Yay. But that's neither here nor there, bro. But stop saying that shit, bro. Stop saying boxing been selling racism. Stop that. Racism was a part of the culture of this country, bro. And in them days, it sucked being black. It doesn't suck like that now. It has its moments. I don't niggas be talking all this. It has its moments though. Cause the motherfuckers will try you here or there. They will. But in them days, if you was black, you already knew you was told no. You already knew that's what it was. You didn't have a choice. You didn't have an option. You didn't get respected. You didn't get appreciated. You didn't get noticed because you were black. It's not that now. Okay? They wasn't selling that. Okay? They wasn't selling that. All right? If you know what they were selling, white versus white. You get a big white name fighter against another big white name, they sold that. When it was a white fighter against a black fighter, they didn't say much about the black fighter. They would talk about the white fighter. So if you really want to be technical on something being like not just systemically racist, but just openly racist, they wouldn't even talk about Terrence. They wouldn't even talk about him. They'd be talking about T.O. They wouldn't be talking about Boots. They'd be talking about T.O. Ryan, T.O. Fuck them niggas. That's what they would be doing. You Boots fans, most of y'all is black. Y'all wouldn't be able to say shit. Y'all be sitting there, y'all would be quiet. Because your fighter ain't getting no publicity, he black. They ain't got shit. Who the fuck is him? Shut up. We won't talk about the fair skin motherfucker. Y'all don't understand what the fuck y'all be talking about when y'all talk about racism and tactics that they use to sell fights, bro. You do not have to go resort to hate crimes to sell fights. The shit that they did back then is now considered a hate crime. It's now considered a hate crime. Period. So you basically telling me that it's okay to sell hate crimes. Now you telling me it's okay to perpetuate hate towards a group of people. It's not even about the fighter. He's talking about you black motherfuckers. You black. Hey, whoa. Talk about Terrence. Talk about Boots. Talk about Devin. Stop including all us. Because what's going to happen is eventually motherfuckers going to get tired. We're going to pull up. Somebody going to say something. It's only going to work for so long until somebody going to say, hey, kind of. And I don't even mean a black person. I mean somebody in his camp. I'm like, hey. Because it's funny how T.O. did all that shit. Then Crawford pulled up on him. And then he said, oh, it was just, I'm just trying to sell fights. He was on his Tupac shit. And then all of a sudden, a month later or 2 months later, now you back on your bullshit. You ain't IOTBA, bro. Cut it out. Cut it out. But y'all got to stop this shit, bro. Boxing has not been selling racism since its inception, okay? It has not stopped. Back then, racism was a part of the culture. That's what it was. They didn't sell that shit. What they sold was their white fighters. That's what they sold. They ain't selling you. They ain't even talking about you. They ain't even putting you on the billboard. They ain't even if they put your name on the thing, they gonna put Max Schmeling in big ass letters and Joe Louis and little shits. Like, stop.